I had this idea to do bike tours, and finally in 2004, took a $140 tax return and started the company. That was pretty much it, and a lot of credit card debt. I bought 8 mountain bikes. I was fortunate to have a shed in my backyard. It was kind of a little sketchy at the time, I think, for some people.
California?
But we had some great customers and some families come through that, still every once in a while you get an email from them. So it was certainly provide a unique experience for them.
In Boston, as we start getting...
AdvenTours is a bicycle tour and rental company with a sales and service component. So if you want to explore Boston by bike, if you want to rent a bike, we want to inspire people to ride bikes, and therefore we give them the tools to do that. The Zerv story is one of the more interesting stories of my whole business. I was working part-time as a marketing manager for Anheuser-Busch, so I was out at bars all night and then giving tours during the day. I was riding, on a tour with 5 or 6 people behind me answering the phone. AdvenTours, this is Andrew. How can I help you out? I can't write that down right now, so can you call me back later? It was dangerous, and I wasn't servicing my customers the way that I should have been. So I knew I needed to do something. Zerv approached me saying, "We think we can do some stuff for you." I was a little nervous. You're hiring on somebody who's going to now be talking to your customers, and you're like, wait, I'm supposed to be talking to all the customers, because they're the people on this side of the fence that don't want to ride bikes. Then there are the people who, wherever they go, they ride bikes. You're going to get those people. Then there are the people on the fence, and that's a big fence. You got to pull them on this side of the fence, and I'd answer the phone. I mean, people get in, I just got off the plane, I grabbed a brochure, I'm at the hotel, 11 o'clock, hey, and I got a lot of customers that way. That was the biggest concern. But Zerv does get it. They understand my business enough to be able to talk to people and make them feel confident in it. Be able to answer those extra little questions that somebody might ask. They're going to talk to somebody at Zerv, a customer service, like, yeah, no, did you read this review? Oh, I know, I talked to somebody else, they had a great time and they were concerned about it too. So the customers feel confident. That's my sales team. They do get my business. They're kind of like another arm, another extension of my employee base that is managed on its own that I don't have to worry about. And if somebody called in and they said, I'm coming in with my son. My son's like 8, and they book through Zerv. They'll send me an email being like, we just talked to Mrs. Smith, and they're a little nervous about Joey, who's 8. Just keep an eye on it. That's the attention to detail that we need with our customers. Having Zerv means that I finally decided I was going to stop sleeping with the phone next to my bed.
I don't know. Cool.
The team at Zerv is a tremendous resource for search engine optimization and web in general. Remember, people are finding you on the web, and that's been really powerful for us. It's cost-benefit analysis. Where am I going to go get $50,000 or whatever it's going to take to build the back end of my system, and then have somebody, and then what am I going to do about all the calls coming in? How am I going to get enough people that know my business? I can just, pull up my phone, take a look at it. Oh, somebody booked a tour. And wait a second, I didn't have to talk to anybody, but people are paying me money already. By them, Zerv, handling some key parts of my business, the sales and the customer service, I can focus on growing my business. And the longer you wait to do that, the more frustrated you're just going to become. Because if you don't use them, then you're doing it. And that's not what you should be doing. Zerv is that whole package. It's a tremendous value. The second year I started using Zerv, I more than quadrupled my business. And the past 3 years, we've been up over 60% every year. This year, we're going to triple our business. There was another company called Boston Bike Tours, which had a great location on the Boston Common. And I hired on Zerv, and we got to a point where this past winter, I approached the owner and said, I think you've got a pretty good business, and I like what you've done, and I'd like to see if you'd like to get out of it, and I'd like to keep growing it in a very respectful takeover.
Hotels, and when they do call, I'm actually giving them.
We use Zerv to maintain our product quality. These tour guys are out there not only to make their hourly wage and to make great tips, but to kind of one-up each other in some ways. They want to give a great product. So they're reading the Zerv reviews. So it's cool. It creates kind of a fun camaraderie amongst the tour guides, especially if somebody's getting their name mentioned in a review. That people are definitely liking that. Keeps people on their toes. You're definitely held accountable. We're not selling widgets. We're selling what we consider to be a very good, high quality product. Zerv is doing the same thing. people are going home and they're sending me an email. I had some, I've been on biking 20 years and I took your bike tour because I saw you're #1 on TripAdvisor. And I just want to let you know that I went back to Australia, or I went back to North Dakota, and I had so much fun. I went out and I bought a bike, and I want to keep riding. That's really rewarding. I don't know what I'd do without Zerv at this point. If I didn't use them, I'd be still riding and answering the phone while I was riding my bike. Having Zerv means that you can focus on your core competencies and your strategy and how best to grow your business. That's a pretty cool feeling.